I knew English were the most intelligent people, but I must say they have also very sharp and pure intelligence to get to the right point. He said that at Sahasrara, the goddess incarnates as Mahamaya. Because the job she has to do is of a very different nature. At the heart chakra, Anahata, she has to just defend the seekers from the clutches of the evil forces, which are also not so subtle. They are very gross, like forms, human forms. And it's easy to fight and have a war with them, kill them. But at the point of Sastra, the work is very complicated. First of all, the Sahasrara of the human beings is itself a very complicated. First of all, it's not that the time is very precarious, but also every country has its own complication to add to Sahasrara. Apart from that, in Sahasrara we have got the seats of all the centers, not only the 7 centers we are dealing with. And so many nadis are worked out through Sahasrara. So the chakras where the deities have to work have to deal with much less complications than the deity at the Sahasrara, where there are so many centers and so many nadis, and it has to act on the Sahasraras of the seekers. Say for the deity at the heart or at the Vishuddhi, the people are not so complicated. They are not to be given realization. Nothing has to happen to their brains as such. Only you have to just see that they are protected through, that they achieve a sense of security. Nothing more than that. They have to feel that they are secured with God. While the complication is so little that they are extremely sensitive and they are absolutely dedicated. They are not to be told that you have to sacrifice. They are not to be told that you should become righteous or virtuous. They are already righteous, virtuous, and also sacrificing. No one has to tell them. But in modern times, as you see, things are much more complicated. Human beings have complicated their brains so much. Complications after complications. When I see that, I just feel that Mahamaya is the only one who can save them. Shri Krishna was also using a wee bit of it, but not in the way it is used today. One part of it is that he could appear before people, very few, only Arjuna, as the Virata. He could kill people with his Sudarshan. At the time of Christ also, Mahamaya power acted for his own life, that he was crucified and he was resurrected through Mahamaya power only. Because it is miraculous. Mahamaya power is the miraculous power of God. And the miracles are created through its power before was through the deities themselves, like it worked on the deities. As Sri Rama himself turned a stone into a woman called Ahilya. He thrust an arrow into the Sita Nahani, where he got the water out. Muhammad Sahib hit a stone and got water out of it. Same with Moses, the way he created way for the people to cross over. All these miracles are done through Mahamaya power. But this power acts through these forces, through these deities. But today, it being incarnated in its full force, is acting through you, is acting towards you. It is helping you in a very big way, which I don't know if the complicated brains are aware of. So many dimensions it is working. Because first of all, we have this horrible thing called ego. That we think we know everything, as I told yesterday, the theologians I described. Many people in Sahaja Yoga also think like that, start thinking that they are something great. All that was first a gross attraction becomes very subtle attraction. They start using it. In both ways it acts. With some people it may act in a way that you want to enjoy the gain of power. Those who have missed it or those who know how to use it. There could be another type who are the ones who think they have always suffered and they are suffering now also. There can be another type of a group of people who, when they come to Sahaja Yoga, they have complications of emotions. I know of some people, I've heard, that they felt attraction for a man or a woman and they started behaving in that fashion after coming to Sahaja Yoga. Sometimes the attraction to money, attraction to greed and lust becomes subtler. So the Mahamaya, being the subtler force, is the subtlest of all, which you cannot understand and can explain through your brains at all. acts and just stupefies. It stupefies them. Unless and until that is done, they cannot stop it. They cannot cut themselves away. They, in a subtler way, they remain the same, but not aware of it. People who are miserly become miserly in a very subtle way, in a very sophisticated way, but they are miserly. Those who are dominating become dominating in a subtler way. Those who are murmuring are doing it in a subtler way, complaining are doing in a subtler way. And that's why the Mahamaya acts. First of all, it stupefies you completely. So you realize that whatever you think or react to something, to certain situations, is a Maya, is just a hallucination created. Now, for example, we take the second chapter of Gita, which is written about a Sthita Pragya, the one who is a yogi, who is a Sahaja Yogi. To him, everything should be saman, whether somebody insults you or whether somebody loves you, whether somebody discards you or whether somebody accepts you, whether somebody is generous to you or whether somebody is not generous to you. To us, Sthita Pragya makes no difference. He is above everything. He is floating in the boat of joy. Nothing can disturb such a person. That's the sign. If your joy can be disturbed by anything else, that means you are not yet a full surgeon. Now, when I see people getting involved into their backgrounds, we'll take an example of Indians, for example. It's better to talk about others. We can see the defects of others much more easily than our own. That's a human nature, I understand that. Now the Indians are very clever as far as the spiritual side is concerned, I must say. Now they would say that we must have at least 10 pujas somehow when mother comes in. So they'll manage, this is also there, then this is also there, then what about Muhammad Sahab's birthday, then what about Moses' birthday, which they don't know but they'll find out sometime. And then what about also Lao Tse's birthday, why not find it out? So when mother is here, invariably every third day let us have a puja. So, I understand them very well. Because what happens in puja, they know. Because traditionally they know. Since the time of Vedas, they know what happens. That in the puja, your deities which are weak are being also weakened by your own efforts, get suddenly strengthened, they get power. And that's what you feel the power. But that's again, I would say, a temporary sensation. Because if you cannot maintain that vitality in them, then again they become weak. So they know at the time of the puja, we get that strength, so why not use mother nicely, fix her up. As soon as I go there, I'm fixed for pujas. First puja as soon as you arrive, second puja as soon as third day, fourth day, something like that. I say, what is that? That's Abraham's birthday. Then you better do Abraham's puja, why mine? Everybody is anxious to pay for the puja. Very anxious. They are quite surprised, you see. I think last year it happened that some of the Europeans, because they are stupid on this point, they objected, why should we pay for the puja 11 rupees or something? They were quite surprised, they are so stupid, you see, we are cleverer than them. What is 11 rupees after? So I have to stupefy them. And then once they are stupefied during puja time, somehow invariably it happens that they can't do the puja. There would be an Amavasya that day, would be a day when there is no moon, or maybe there is no Venus has to be there, something wrong in the dates, or something in the Panchanga which they consult, something wrong with the hall, you just don't get it, suddenly dissolved, or something happens to the main priest who cannot come. That's what surprised. Mother, why didn't we have the puja? I said, why don't you do it yourself? Work it out. You have to deserve so many pujas the way you are fixing me up. Do you deserve that? Do you have the pitchers to fill in all the grace that I want to flow? Normally, any fake guru would love to have pujas after pujas because he doesn't have to do anything. You sit down, take all the money that comes in. Then they realize why everything has failed despite its puja day. Why? Because Mahamaya's job is somehow to manage your asset. First to cleanse you. Even cleansing is so difficult because in a country like England or America or all these places where the ego is so strong, if you tell anybody that's wrong with you, they are willing to leave Sahaja Yoga. If not Sahaja Yoga, they will say, no, mother, how can that be? I am perfectly all right, others are wrong. I am the best. So one has to cleanse the person. And how do you do it? You have to stupefy that person. And that person himself has to realize, because in these modern times you cannot tell anything to anyone directly. They think they are obliging me by being in Sahaja Yoga. They don't know what they have achieved. There was a fellow who was very bad, I must say, in a way. He got a very big job somewhere. He told me he's got a big job. And then he started misbehaving with some person. And he lost the job. What happened? I don't know. They wrote to me that we are not wanted anymore. Then I had to tell, there must be something negative about you. And then he confessed the thing to me. But why go this circuitous way? Mahamaya also creates a big camouflage. I look like you, exactly like you. Not in the camera, of course. Camera is the one that exposes me many a times. And your eyes can sometimes discern something. You see some things, but you forget what you have seen. You forget all that. That's also Mahamaya, Bhranti Rupena Samsita. That also gives you illusions. You forget all that. You forget how you got your realization. how you have been helped by Sahaja Yoga, how things worked out so well for you. Everything you forget. That is also part of Mahamaya. Why? The reason is you have to be tested. How much you are aware. You must be tested. How far have you gone? If you can judge others, that doesn't mean that you are very high. It is your mother who has to judge you. You have to judge yourself. But if you have ideas that you can deceive Mahamaya, you cannot. But Mahamaya can deceive. That's the power of Mahamaya. It deceives you. Actually, there is no sin in deceiving somebody who is trying to be stupid. It deceives you. It makes you run towards the left when you have to go to the right. It makes you get hit. It makes you suffer a little bit, not much. So that you yourself in your own wisdom rise. Not to be satisfied with yourself, but rise into your ascent. So that you develop your own maturity to rise. That you don't justify yourself, don't appreciate yourself, don't watch yourself, but you see that you ascend. I have known people in Sahaja Yoga who have been here for years together of no use. And at the right time they are hit back. But there are people who have shot up like anything in a very short time. And I hope they keep their ascent on. So on one side, it deceives you. It camouflages. You just don't understand. Like I went to America and I deliberately asked people that you must get me some Coca-Cola when I'm sitting there, not water. When I started drinking the Coca-Cola, you see, all the people who were there were surprised. This lady is taking Coca-Cola, how can she be Adi Shakti? How can Adi Shakti drink Coca-Cola? She should only drink Amrut, the Amrose. How can she drink Coca-Cola? But Mahamaya can convert Coca-Cola into Amrut. Whatever she touches get transformed. Like in the pujas, I wouldn't say I do it so deliberately or with action about it. But sometimes it works out through the deities also. Because now they understand what is their job. And they understand that this is the advent of the Mahamaya. And they have to see to it that whatever they do should create that charisma, as they call it. It's a kind of a illusion, a kind of a illusion where that shows like a miracle. They work it out also the same. When normally, if Sri Krishna has to work out, he would just go and immediately take out the head of the person who finished with it. Bulletin, as they call it. But he does not do, I have seen that. Very clever now. He does not do. He has other ways of grabbing people who are against surgery. They just can't talk. they lose their voices. They look stupid. Because in this Mahamaya state, all this is done just to prove that God is there. In all other incarnations, nobody challenged God. We did not have to prove it. Now we have to prove that there is God. That's why the Mahamaya acts in that fashion. That it takes you round and round till you see it through. It must be approved by your brain that you have understood what Mahamaya is. Otherwise, anybody can say, I am God, I am this, I am that. It has to be proved, means your brain must accept. Mentally you must accept that yes, it's true. And that's why all this drama is played by Mahamaya. The miracle of Kundalini awakening also stupefies me sometimes. Really, it stupefies me. How it works in thousands of people. When I went to Dharamshala, when these villagers had come, I was really surprised. When I went there, they were just waiting for the goddess to come in from, as if she's going to come from heaven or something. Least bothered as to where they were sitting, who were the people there, nothing. All waiting anxiously. And when I reached there, I talked to them. No question, nothing. And while talking to them, the Kundalini rose. They got their realization. And what is it? They said, we have come here for the Devi Jagaran, awakening of the goddess. And we know you are the Mahamaya. So we are not going to be worried about what you are going to say. Whether you abuse us or do what you like, we know you are a Mahamaya. We know. Whatever you may do to us is for our good, we know that. Whatever you may say to us, we accept it. Give us awakening. That's all. Will not challenge you, will not say anything. Whatever you say is all right. You talk about, sometimes I talk about cement, about buildings, about this. Normally I talk about these things, normally. But abnormally sometimes about the spirit. Because people don't like it, I think. But even when I'm talking about cement, I'm melting the cement within you. And they said, we don't care, mother, even if you take a big hunter in your hand and beat us, it's all right. We know you are testing us, but we know you are the Mahamaya. It's all said. You are. They were not bothered as to what sari I was wearing, what ornaments I was wearing, nothing. To them it was that she's come now, she's going to give us realization. They had no image, a mental projection about it, nothing. They knew that I was going to come and that they are going to get the reward of age-old seeking of theirs. That's all. For such people, it's a pleasure to work. It's a pleasure to meet. That's a real joy-giving thing for your mother. And that's what they know. That only one thing is going to give joy to our mother is our ascent. Nothing else. And to them they are insignificant. Except that they have to have their realization, otherwise nothing matters. Nobody told me the problems of their family, nothing. Nothing. Such pure-hearted people there are who know what is a Mahamaya. Maha means the great because it has all the powers of all the deities. It controls all the deities. It surmounts over all the deities. And Maya also means love and compassion. All this effort for what? People don't understand. In the West, people don't understand. Why am I doing it? There must be some reason. It's compassion. The play of the compassion comes through the Mahamaya power. The play of the compassion. It doesn't come directly like somebody would say, all right, now come along, I'll give you 100 pounds, have it. That's a crude way of doing things. Mahamaya won't work like that. You are in trouble and you ask for money. What am I to do, mother? Suddenly you find on the post somebody sends you money saying, oh, I had borrowed money from you long time back and I felt an urge that I must return. This is your money. And you have forgotten that you had lent that money to that person. Or whether really you have lent him or not. You start wondering and you get the money. That's Mahamaya. It's the gracious way. When you are in trouble, accidents, or any physical harm being done to you, then the Mahamaya acts in such a way that you are stupefied and the whole being is filled with gratitude. I told you the experience of one airlines man who was traveling by a plane which was hijacked. And the people who hijacked tried to open the door of the pit where he was sitting as an engineer. But he wouldn't open. So they put a bullet through. And the bullet did not hit him. It went on the sides. So they pushed the door and came in. And they put 2 bullets at him and both of them went on the side. Just imagine, with this little distance. In the pit there isn't much time, but somehow the bullets went on the sides. And he was just saying, Mother, please look after me. That's all. Then they got so angry that they took out their daggers and started hitting him on the head. And the daggers bent. And they started looking at the dagger in his face. They said, what are you saying? He said, no, nothing. I'm just asking Mother to look after me. That's all. They looked at him and then they became very friendly. Very friendly. His wife had gone to America. And just see, I must have given saris to most of you. So many things I must have given, I don't even remember. I had given her one sari. So when she heard about it, she said, nothing can happen to me, Mother has given me the sari. She just took the sari to her heart. And she said, I know this sari is the protection for me. And nothing can happen to my husband. She didn't go back to India. She was sure he'll be all right. Because it's quite circuitous to go to Pakistan and all that. And he was all right. That is how the Mahamaya works, in a gracious way. In a way that doesn't make you feel that it's so gross and direct way of doing things. It doesn't talk about it, say about it. I mean, I never want to say how much money I would have to spend or I have spent. But the Mahamaya plays on me and somehow or other exposes me to Even if I try to hide it, it just gets exposed. It's a good play sometimes on me of Mahamaya. How it plays on me, because the deities, you see, they also sometimes try to play tricks with me. As I told them that they had bought a shawl for me, for the Guru Puja. And I said, now if you have bought the shawl, I am not going to take a sari at any cost, whatever you may do. They said, Mother, but we bought the sari. We've done the petticoat. I said, whatever it is, I'm not going to take it now at any cost. Whatever may happen, I will not take it. They're very sorry, you know. Because I must have maryadas. I must teach them maryadas, I thought. The deities are very cunning. So, before the puja, I went to the bathroom just to wash my feet. You see, that's our Indian style, we wash our feet. So just went there to wash my feet. And the taps in India are at any level. You see, they can be here, they can be there, they can be there. There's no restriction on that, you see. So this tap was quite high. So I tried to open it, you see. And the whole thing opened out and the whole thing came out. And I got completely drenched, completely from top to bottom. And I came out. And I said, now I'll have your sari. And they were all very mysteriously smiling, you know. Such a beautiful feeling of love. See that, I should have thought, after all, what is a sari? If they want to give me, I should have taken it. And their love was so great. What is in a price of a sari? Nothing. You see, the love of these people played upon me. And the surprising thing was the sari had the color that a guru should wear. And it was so remarkable. All the time, throughout the puja, my eyes were filled with tears. Such tremendous joy. How the deities, how my children are one with each other. How they are enjoying the rapport of each other. That's the first sign of a Sahaja. Is he getting related to the deities? Is he behaving in the way the deities behave? They do not question. They just love me, that's all. Just love. And in that love they play tricks on me, I know. I don't mind. All such little tricks played on me are perfectly all right. Because they love. There are so many instances I can give you where they have expressed their sweet love for me. In the same way when I find the Yogis. Like this time, I'm told that people had grudges that they were asked for money in India. I'm rather surprised at that, very much surprised and shocked. Because in India, every year, established Yogis try to donate money for all the projects they are going to have for you people. They don't need any projects. About 10 lakhs of rupees, Bombay Yogis have donated, and about 6 or 7 lakhs of rupees, Delhi Yogis have donated. Even places like Rauri and all that have donated money for the projects they want to have for you, your children, for your retirements. And the first time in all your life in Sahaja Yoga, the money was asked for. That too not much. 750 rupees is nothing. And people felt funny about it. I'm rather surprised that why people felt that way. When the first time, that also for your project, for your children, for your places. And they collected the money, brought it to me, out of which I bought the land for you. And the remaining money I was left with. So I said, you better put it into the Life Eternal Trust, which is now going to be completely exhausted. They said, no mother, you have no car. You travel by all these old cars and things, and you don't want to take a new taxi because you don't want us to pay for that. So why don't you buy this car for yourself out of this money? I said, so sweet of them to think of my comfort. I mean, I can buy a car of my own, no problem on that. By God's grace, CP has that much money to pay for a car for me. He would love to do that. But this gesture was so beautiful. And when I refused, the situation developed in such a manner that I could not refuse that money. As there was that money was collected out of the Yogis, and we have to have certificates that you have sort of gone through the right exchange and this and that. But I could put it as my own money. That's all worked out by deities, I think. Okay. So when there's a complete concord between you and the deities, then you can use the Mahamaya power very well on other people. Before that you cannot. You are using other powers. These are just what we call the siddhis. Not the Shudra siddhis, not the bad things, but the good siddhis that you get. Like you can cure people, it's nothing great. You collectively you feel another person, nothing great, but you don't feel yourself. You don't see your own chakras. You're not bothered about yourself. You can be saved, you are protected, you are helped, you are getting material help. You also enjoy spiritual life. But still, you have to go much further to get to Mahamaya powers. You have to go much further to be identified with the deities. They are at the beck and call of your mother. Beck and call. Even if I do not call them, they work it out. Like yesterday, I did not know there was somebody from the Archbishop of Canterbury. I did not know at all. And somebody had come there as an observer. I had no idea. Only Gavin told me. He saw him getting up. He didn't know that he was in the audience. And I really blasted him completely. That's all the work of the deities. They just turn my mind towards that. They always give me the full idea as to what sort of an audience sitting before. Complete information, a perfect information. Now a person comes and tells me about someone. That's also very common with Sahaja Yogis, in the West especially. They'll always tell about someone. I have not seen anyone so far coming and saying, Mother, I have got an ego, please correct it. Mother, I have got a superego, please correct it. Mother, I have got this problem, please correct it. Always, that person has this problem, that person has that problem. They see others very clearly. Because we are extroverts. And when they tell me, just paying attention to what they are telling me, not only that I find out about that person, what's wrong with that person, but also I find out what's wrong about the person about whom they are telling. How far to believe these people who are coming to tell me something. Like in India, there's one fellow who is always a murmuring soul, you see. He thinks he does a lot of things to Sahaja Yoga, this and that. And he formed about 5-6 people, cliques, you see, and they came to see me. Very seriously sitting down. We have come for a very serious job. I said, what is that? So there's a certain person who is a big politician and he's just trying to mislead you. We have come to warn you about this man. You be very careful. I said, really? So just for a second, split of a second, I went through my computer, you see, to find out what this fellow is like. I said, have you told everything about him? They said, yes. Nothing more to be told? Sure. I said, nothing more. All right, I'll tell you. This man has a wife who is not his wife, has an illegitimate child, is like this, his caste is this, his father is like this, mother like this, brother like this, and this and this and this. With your non-serious jobs of looking after your spirit. There is no need to advise me. I give you time. I talk to you. Because I love you very much. But I love you because you are seekers. Because you have to ascend. Because you are a quality. But you are not aware of your quality, then I have to try some tricks on you. And then you realize that whatever we were thinking was all wrong. Best way is to surrender. Anything comes into your head like that, best way is to surrender. Because you must know that the deity of Mahamaya is extremely powerful, very intelligent, very well equipped, absolutely perfect and efficient. But if you play to the right side, that is the compassion side, the love side, the dedication side of this Mahamaya, upon. But if you try to be too clever, make her unhappy, she plays the other way around. For this understanding, you must ascend. There should be spiritual ascent. Otherwise you cannot understand. If you are living with your ego and superegos, you cannot understand. As it is Mahamaya, no one can understand. Even Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesha could not understand it. It's so tremendous. It has played tricks on them also. But at least you'll enjoy the play. You will be a vehicle. You will be an instrument of that great power. And you yourself will see how you play Mahamaya tricks on others. This is again a promise of Mahamaya. So be careful. It's already being said. You have already noticed. You have already seen it. It will not reveal to you everything because you cannot bear it, the revelation. But slowly you will see it. But you must have power to bear it. If you have that power, then there cannot be anything in between you and me. We all can become one with that. This Mahamaya power is the one which has given you realization. Is the one which is guiding you, which is helping you. So many of you are still keeping to one deity, like some people who were worshipping Shiva are still with Shiva, some with Vishnu, some with Christ. They are all with me, all integrated. They still go back to the same, I have seen. That's a dangerous thing because they won't stand with you in that. Still the attachments are there. They are also very subtler attachments. Get out of it. You should have only one attachment and that is to Mahamaya and nothing else. And that's how it is going to work out for you. It's not difficult for you to understand because you have sharp intelligence. But it doesn't go in the heart, more in the brain. While those who have lesser intelligence have a larger heart, it goes into their brain very easily. Supposing I go to India You know all the villagers of India. What will give them the greatest pleasure? If I ask for something. Supposing I tell a poor man, can I have half a gram of gold? He will never question. He said, there must be something. She's Mahamaya. If she has said it, there must be something. He'll beg, borrow, steal, do something and get it for me. Because he sees the complete dimension of that saying that you have to get me this. He sees it, he knows it, and he will work it out in every way possible. Thank you. What is to be done? He will not think. He has to borrow, he has to do this. He's not bothered about this. There's a story of Shivaji which I must have told you before also. That is, Guruji wanted to take his test. Because Mahamaya is a testing power. And he said to his disciples, he said, I've got a terrible boil on my foot, which is about to burst out. The huge thing we had here, tied up. And it's leaking now with the pus is coming out. And I cannot get it cured unless and until one of you can suck it. Imagine. How many of you would agree? Won't even think of it, isn't it? What a test. And especially Indians who are so worried about their personal cleanliness. They wash their hands 50 times. So everybody looked at it quite worried. Shivaji had come that time. And Shivaji said, all right, I will do it. And it was a mango he had put in there. And he sucked it and he said, it's very nice and sweet. One day again, he asked that I want the milk of a tigress. Everybody was quite frightened. Who is going to milk the tigress? Shivaji said, all right, I'll go. He went in the forest and he was looking out for a tigress who has given her cubs. They are even worse. And he saw some cubs there. So he went near them and he started saying, see, my guru wants your mother's milk. Can I have it? I want to have your mother's milk. The tigress was looking at him. And he bowed to her. He said, you see, my guru wants your milk. What am I to do? And she could see that. She came and stood before him. He had taken a pot with him. He milked it. And he took that for his guru. Because even a tiger, even a serpent respects the dedication to reality. And that's what is lacking. And once that is lacking, you cannot be respected. And you have to respect yourself. Whether others respect you or not makes no difference at all whatsoever. But if you have respect for you, you won't bother about what others have to say. I can make out people who are intensely seeking, who are just seeking, who are just here because of certain relations are here, or something like that. Now those who are intensely seeking will get what they have asking for. And that has everything in it. Everything. And those who are casual will also get casual remarks. That's all. So the intensity will be fulfilled with much greater intensity. No use looking at others. Look at yourself. If you are losing your joy, you are no more a Sahaja. You have to be in joy. Then only you are a Sahaja. Mahamaya is a very big subject. I can write a complete book on it. I think in the short time, whatever is possible, I have tried to tell. But I would like you to ask me questions today because Sahaja Yogis never ask questions. In a seminar, they should. You are not in thoughtless awareness just now. Mahamaya can work it out. Please ask me questions. And don't murmur at the back. If you have any questions, please ask. Another point about Mahamaya is, being a Mahamaya, you are not afraid. Supposing Chandi has to stand here with her sword in her hand, nobody would dare go near her. But despite that, you people shake sometimes. I don't know why. Ask some questions, important.
Well, I have a question. When the energy is coming up like this to the head, and it's going to the back and to the front, I don't have the clear feeling here if it's coming up and down here, or if it's coming here and here. And when it goes to here, and you told us the 4 stages above the head to Ardha Bindu and up there, it's going up there. I'm not quite sure how it's flowing through the head, because on your diagram which you drew in Nirmala Yoga, it was only the beginning part, and I would like you to tell us how it's flowing through the head, if it's coming up and down or going like that.
In your case, it is going from which side? You feel it's going this way and that way?
Yes.
You feel that way?
Yes.
Not from the center?
I'm confused.
Yeah.
Feels sometimes like it comes like a chrysanthemum, like that somehow.
That means it is going to your ego and superego both sides. So that what has to be done is to pray to the deity of Christ, so that he sucks in your egos and superegos. When it is sucked, then only you can go in the center. It is trying to cleanse your ego and superego. You see, wherever you have a problem, the Kundalini goes there. Supposing you have a liver problem, you can see it on my feet when you come. Supposing you have a liver problem, you will see the Kundalini pulsating at the liver. Supposing you have a problem of ego, superego, then it goes and works there, tries to clarify it and cleanse it. But if you can work out the deity of forgiveness, that's Christ, it can suck it. So we have to use both the things. We have to use the Kundalini as well as the deities. Alright? You must pray. You must pray to me. Meditation doesn't mean that you don't pray. Your prayers are like mantras. You must pray. That's a good question. Now better. It's rising in the center. What's that?
That's one prayer, Mala, for the whole tour of England and Cardiff also, of course.
Cardiff. Yeah. Cardiff. Should work out in Cardiff. How do you find?
Many false gurus, they are more active than us, in fact.
False gurus are there in
Yes,
Cardiff?
Yes.
No more in London.
They are new crowds.
I was telling David that you must arrange your tours in England. I can't do it now anymore. I shouldn't do it because every country says that mother, you have gone through England so many times, up and down, you have really done all the crossroads of England. But you couldn't do that to our country while Now you are so many people who have to. That will do, I think. That's quite enough. Thank you. You have to do it now. You have to go on touring now. Cardiff is a good invitation. You people should go and work it out. Now there will be holidays. You should go to different places where I've been and work it out. It can be arranged very easily. You have got your friends there. You've got your centers there. You all should go advertise, work it out, put posters, things like that. You all can work it out. As if I am going there. You can use my tapes. Yesterday's was a tremendous tape. Could be used. Whatever tape you want, you can ask and we can do it. We can also show them our video tapes. I think you all should arrange it and organize it. Little money is to be shelled out. Doesn't matter. It's like a holiday. I mean, those who want to come to India should come if they have money, otherwise they shouldn't come. For the first 4 years, I paid for their stay, everything I paid. Kavin will tell you that. But now I can't do it, I'm sorry, for so many people. You have to pay for your food and for your traveling. But you must now take it up as a real job for you to go around England, talk to people, take groups there, advertise and work it out. That's what you have to do. It's not such a big country. You are quite a lot of people. 12 disciples of Christ spread Christianity to this extent. And most surprising, all the gurus are well known everywhere. I am not so known. The reason is the Sahaja Yogis enjoy their spell. Finished. That's one part. You have to do it. This is what you have to give, is to spread Sahaja Yoga. Maybe some people may not like you, they may reject you, they may say horrible things to you. You might find certain Sahaja Yogis fighting with you there. Also, Sahaja Yogis, when they are going for the work, they do not work as a team. They fight. Indians can't understand. See, they've been listening to you, they can't understand. Why these people have arguments? I said they enjoy arguments for argument's sake. They don't mean anything serious. They don't talk, they don't argue. They're just enjoying. So many of them told me that they argue too much, they talk too much. They argue all the time among themselves. They like to argue. That's what I told them. But this is what it is. You have to go, and that will really help you for your ascension. Because why should God give you light if you cannot give it to others? But it should not be a thing that it is a play of your power. It is your dedication, it is your service. And for that you should not expect a reward in any way. Nor you should try to dominate others. Both things are wrong. If we decide that we have to do something, there are holidays now. 3 months holidays, I'll be going to Europe. You please work it out, it's a very good chance. My absence can provide a very good chance for you. That's what my idea was, that you will take it over. Now you don't wait for my signaling. Please do it. Those who want to do this work, raise your hands. Let's see. That's it. Really? Thank you. I believe you. Thank you. Why should I worry now for England? England is ours with so many hands and so what's coming out. So I leave it to you now to decide form a committee who will go where. Do not do simultaneously. Put a force on one place, say Cardiff, you so many should go. Arrange for your food and all that, pay for it, manage it somehow. There are some cheap places where you can go and stay. Work it out. You can have some vans and some lorries or something, or trucks if you want. We have truckloads. With banners, go around and do the job. Talk to people in the marketplaces, everywhere. You all can do it. Enjoy these 3 months like that. Then you need not go to India if you don't want to. If you want to go, you can go. That's not compulsory. Or on the contrary, I find it difficult if it's a big number sometimes. But it's for your good. You go there for enjoying. For your own self. We say that in Sahaja Yoga we don't take money. That's me, I don't take money. That's the point. I don't take money, but doesn't mean that we don't pay, that we don't pay for our food, or as if the Sahaja Yogis are on dole from mother. Is it that way? Does that mean that? We have to pay for our food, we have to pay for our stay, everything we have to pay as respectable people. I had said once that we should not be without jobs. That's not very good for us. But now this country has so much of joblessness, it's better to take to that also. Some people who cannot afford should not starve themselves for that. I don't want that. If you are not getting a job, it's all right. You can take a dole till you get your jobs. Don't starve yourself. That's not my point. If you don't get a job, then you can take a dole or whatever is the way is in this country. But don't starve yourself and don't keep yourself inadequate. You can take a dole. But that doesn't mean those who have jobs should give up jobs. But you are employed by God. Know that. You are employed by God. Any other question?
Mother, what is the relation between Mahakali and Muladhara chakra, and how can we strengthen that energy within the left side?
What is it?
It's asking what is the relation of Mahakali with the Muladhara chakra and how we can strengthen that energy of left side.
Mahakali is the mother of Shri Ganesha. She is the mother. She is the power of Shri Ganesha. He exists because to him, he doesn't know anybody else but his mother. And he knows that she is the most powerful. I have told you the story of Shri Ganesha and Kartikeya, that when Parvati Mahakali, Shiva asked them that if one of you can go around the Mother Earth, then I'll give you some prize. And whosoever comes first will get the prize. So Kartikeya had a peacock, while Ganesha had just mouse, little mouse. So he didn't know how to do it. So he took to his wisdom. He just thought, who is greater than my mother Mahakali? No one, not even my father, because he can't exist without her. He has no light without her. She has no power without her. So she is the highest. So why go around this Mother Earth? This is the highest of highest who went round her. He got the prize. But Muladhara is the big problem, I must say. Will I have another chance to talk to you? Then I think I'll do that later because I want to talk on that very much. I think we have talked about one point is the sin against the father, to feel insecure about money. I see Rustam. Look at Rustam. He's saving money. Mother, whatever you want, I'm saving. I don't want it now, no question, But he says, I'm saving money for that. He's got a big job. He's saving money for that. Those who are insecure about money must know. What are we saving out of whatever we have? I don't have any need just now. But he wrote to me, Mother, I got this job because of you. Otherwise I cannot think of getting this job. In that way, we have to think about the sin against the Father, to feel insecure about money, to talk about money, to worry about money. All right, have it. That's the way one should be. Though I've never asked you for money so far. I've never asked. This is one side. The sin against the mother, I want to talk to you later when we have the puja. Will that be better? All right. What about your seminar programming? With the Mahamaya? Any other question? You must ask me a question of this kind, nature. What others would ask you a question which you won't be able to answer. That's a better way. What others would ask you a question which you cannot answer. Yes.
People often ask, how do we know that the vibrations are right, are telling us right, before they have realization? They want to be comforted in some way to know that it's right. How can we explain to them that it's right?
This is right or wrong. Because you have to say that relatively you have to understand. Now see, we think that these are flowers, all right? Because we can see it clearly that these are flowers. And you ask 5-6 people, what are these? They'll say these are flowers. But if you ask a blind person, she might say, these are snakes. Because he can feel it through his hands and he cannot understand what it is. All right? In the same way, supposing you ask a question, is there God? You get vibrations tremendous. If you ask a question, am I the spirit? You get lots of vibrations coming in. Then you get a madman and put your hands towards the person. You start burning your hands. He is definitely a proved, certified mad person. So then it is proved that what the vibrations are telling is the truth. Once in Pune, first time when I went there, the program was arranged in a hall, Rajwade's hall. He is a Brahmin. He was a Brahmin, a very austere type of a Brahmin. And when they told that I am not a Brahmin, he hesitated. And the committee, decided that we can't have her program because she's not a Brahmin. Again, Mahamaya. I am the creator of Brahmins, isn't it? So, I did not know actually what was happening because nobody told me anything about it. And they said that all right, if you don't want to have a program, we'll give it in the newspapers that no program because she's not a Brahmin. Because we have already published in the newspaper that there's going to be a program. So what a fright. You see, they thought, no, this cannot be. Then they will say we are very sort of people, fanatics and things like that. Because Brahmins are that way hated in India. So they said, no, don't do that. All right, we'll have a program. So when I was having the program, see, there were about 6-7 people sitting here. They were shaking like this. So I thought I better play a trick on them. But I didn't know this had happened. Didn't know anything about it, the background. So, I said, those who are Brahmins, please come forward. So 5, 6 of them, because poor Mr. Rajwade Agnihotri was suffering from deadening arthritis. He was sitting on that gallery there, while 4, 5 of them came forward as Brahmins, came forward. I looked at them. So you are Brahmins? Yes. One more joined them. Very good. More the merrier. And then I said, now put your hands towards me, like this. They all started shaking. Stand the man. So I said, now, why are you shaking? If you are Brahmins, you should not shake. He said, Mother, you are the Shakti. That's why we are shaking. And see, those people are also shaking this side. I said, ask them from where do they come. So they asked them, from where do you come? They said, we are coming from lunatic asylum. All of us, from Thana. I said, now you see, relatively. That is how you have to say how the vibrations are right. Alright? Now, what are the questions they would ask? Yes?
When we go around with posters putting up in shops, people always ask us, what is Sahaj? What do you mean? And in a shop, when you're putting up a poster, you don't have time to go into great detail. What is the best way to just tell them what is Sahaj before we put the poster?
Sahaj means spontaneous. It's a spontaneous happening. It's a living force of God, which works out a living thing. Something that is living, because God is a living force. That is accepted. At that, the Holy Ghost itself has to give you the birth. And the Holy Ghost resides within us in the triangular bone which gives us. And it's a living happening within us which takes place, which has taken place so far, the way we have evolved into a human level. And now, to go further, there is this force within us which we have experienced, we have seen, and you have to get it. And that's how you proceed. See, if they are Christians, start it with Holy Ghost. It's better. If they are Hindus, not difficult. If they are Muslims, also you can tell them that Muhammad Sahib talked about asas, talked about you have to be a wali, you have to become a realized soul. He talked that at the time of resurrection, your hands will speak. So he talked of the future. How do you stop it at Muhammad? He talked of the future. Throughout he talked of the future. Moreover, I would say one more thing. We must have study groups in Sahaja Yoga. Very important. I find many people are there, quite a big percentage, who do not know much about Sahaja Yoga. They are enjoying themselves, they have got vibrations, they have got this, but they don't know much about it. They haven't, so many of them are just worshipping Advent like Bible, you see. I hope they do not make a microscopic copy of that and put it here. As Sahaja Yogis, you see. Anything is possible with this brain. So, you must understand, Advent is just a wee bit of it. But try to understand Sahaja Yoga. And some people understand it very well. Some people mentally, you must understand Sahaja Yoga first of all. Then we have other books on Sahaja Yoga, which you must read, which are simpler books. Then you can ask questions to you must have a study group. Alexander started a study group on Sahaja Yoga. And he charges some money. He says, it works better, Mother. But I said, why do you charge money? He said, for the hall. But I tell them I am charging this money for learning Sahaja Yoga. There's a course in Sahaja Yoga he started. You'll be surprised, I was not for it. But it works better. People are knowing about Sahaja Yoga. They are trying to bring paper and pencil and understand each and everything. Like a school. I mean, if you need that, you better do it. I don't know why you have to pay, but I think he does that very well. And French are getting better than English according to him, as far as the knowledge of Sahaja Yoga is concerned. So it's better you all work it out that way, I think. Whichever way is useful for you. This is Samayachar. See, we are so money oriented. It's better we start with the money and end up with the spirit. Baba, I don't know what to say because I don't want anything out of it. But if that can screw up your heads, better have it. I mean, I don't know what way it suits. I never liked publication or advertising through handbills, but I had to agree to it, and I have agreed now. Because it's something different world we are facing. So do whatever way you like. That's not important. But you must know about Sahaja Yoga. Because when you are talking about Sahaja Yoga, you should be knowledgeable, isn't it? Otherwise, they'll say something which I have never said. Mother says so. And I'm shocked. How could I say such a thing? Best way to know about Sahaja Yoga better is that you compare it with other sayings, with other literature, with other scriptures, with other saints. That's a very good way. There's a very good book in Marathi has come out where Sahaja Yoga is described through many saints. You can find out things like that, write essays on that, something like that. You can have a competition on essays. I don't know how the mind goes to that you must have the knowledge. It's not enough to be joyous, because then you cannot be a guru. If you have to be a guru, if you have to spread Sahaja Yoga, you must know about Sahaja Yoga, isn't it? That's it. Any other question? Now I'm saying all this, I hope it is recorded, that firstly you have to have a committee for people to travel around, and proper arrangements to be made, and all planning to be done, who's traveling where, how we are going, when is the holiday time, do it in the weekends, whichever suits. Secondly, how to improve the knowledge of Sahaja. There's another method they try in India, which you can try also here, is they put on my tapes and ask people to take notes, whatever they think important. Then discuss among themselves, talk about it. Everybody has to talk and understand it. And whatever point they don't understand, they write to me, Mother, this point we did not understand. Will you explain? That's also a good way. Anna, what did I?
Yeah, the question is, what is the importance of spreading the vibrations in the environment? Like if we speak to a scientist, they say that electromagnetic vibrations are there. The electromagnetic vibrations perform a function. So we can say to them that these vibrations that we have as a result of Sahaja Yoga is flowing through us and is doing something for the environment. So if you can please say something about what it does to the environment.
Now, electromagnetic vibrations are the right-sided vibrations of the dead, we shall say. Now, our vibrations are what we are calling this Chaitanya, is the combination of all these three, plus the Ardhamatra is the Adi Shakti on top of that. So we have 4 types of vibrations integrated in these vibrations. Emotional side, evolutionary, and the one that is electromagnetic. So we have all these vibrations within us integrated, and on top of that is the 4th one, which is the Adi Shakti's vibrations. They organize, they think, they work out, they direct, they choose, they do everything which is the administrative side. So we have 4 types of vibrations within. Now see a camera. I'll tell you an example. I went to a station for my own photographs. So there were 4 photographs every time I come. The first one didn't have so much depth. Second one improved. The third one improved. And the 4th one was the best. What happened? That when the first photograph came in, it received some vibrations. and it changed electromagnetic into the Chaitanya, little bit. And the fourth one was good. Like you people, when you take my photograph, are very much different from the photographs taken by people who are not surgeons. Sometimes I look in those photographs otherwise as if I am standing with somebody with a pistol at my back. But the camera, which is not touched by anyone, which is facing me all the time, records so many things which normally people cannot. Now you know that the people who were taking very good photographs have suddenly lost that power because their ego has come. They have started thinking they were very great photographers. These are thinking no end of themselves. So their photographs are not showing such results. The other day, I saw a photograph of mine. And I told the person who has taken the photograph, and he was amazed. How did I know? I said, I can see all the chakras represented in this photograph. From the photograph, I can make out who has taken the photograph. So when a person is dealing with these electromagnetic vibrations, say, for example, here are electromagnetic vibrations, isn't it? Simple as that, here, on these. Now they receive my vibrations. And whatever I talk became samantra. When I blow in this, I blow in your sastra. Electromagnetic is a wee bit of a dimension, 1/3 of the right side. 1/3 of the right side electromagnetic. Out of which this universe is created. Then there are other vibrations which are beyond electromagnetic. Like we have 5 elements. Electromagnetic are only 2 elements. 2 elements which are combined together. It's very easy to combine 2 elements. No permutations and combinations. But when there are 5 elements, these 3 combinations can make so many varieties, and they are all right-sided. So you can imagine there are so many vibrations on the right side. We are using the ether, for example. Ether we use for broadcasting. We think it's only electromagnetic is a wrong idea. Now when I speak, say, and broadcast and it goes in the ether, it's the Adishakti. So it governs it. Then it manages things. It can work on your sahasrara. It can work on so many kundalinis. It can work on the nature. But they are so frightened of me, they never allow me to go on the TV. The negative. So electromagnetic are just a wee part of it, as I told you. It's just a combination of the Mother Earth and the electricity. That is, we can say, comes out of the water element. That's all. Electromagnetic things have helped in one way in creating life. Because where there were only gases created, helium, hydrogen, oxygen, it was the electrical charge which changed them into life. Amino acids were formed like that. But the electrical charge also changed them because there was Adishakti's power working on them. The administration was done by Adishakti's power. So it's just a wee bit of it. And if you have to achieve anything on the electromagnetic, you can show wonders out of it. Wonders. Vibrations can pass on to it. Means that it administers those vibrations which are Sound vibrations, now for example, take it the sound vibrations, are carried by electromagnetic vibrations. In the same way, Chaitanya can be carried on electromagnetic vibration. They can be carriers. But Chaitanya cannot carry electromagnetic. Alright? You are all stunned by my knowledge or what? Any other question? Yes. Little loudly from that distance.
Mother, can you explain the relationship between the geographical locations in the world and the microcosmic being of us individuals in relationship?
Naveen, what's that?
He's asking about the expression of the Kundalini in the world as a whole. You can say something about that.
About
How the geographical locations correspond to parts of the inner being of the individual. Like you say, England is the heart.
I see. You see, Kundalini is made out of Mother Earth itself. I mean, the element used is the Mother Earth, can you imagine? And the magnetic power of Mother Earth is used in a way that we can say that it represents the Mother Earth, Kundalini within us. And that's how the earth is made also. It's made of layers. The whole earth is made of layers because one can understand that when the part of the sun which broke away from the sun came down like a sari, you can say, like a thick one, because it was gas, and then it had to go round itself. So the layers were formed. Just like the Kundalini force comes down and coils up, in the same way Mother Earth was coiled up. And the centers that I have described to you, that are here and there, like here, as I said, is the one. It's not actually based on the axis of the Mother Earth. Should have been normally based because there were lots of give and take took place. Like the continent of Australia drifted down to the Muladhara. And the line, if you draw from there to India, then goes round the earth and comes back to Himalayas. You might say that's how it makes a Kundalini, but it does not. If you draw a line, it may not. But I can tell you how in the body it makes a sense. Still the body is not, still thank God we are intact in one piece. Like our heart is where it should be, our nose is where it should be. Thank God. It may be, after some time you might find the nose hanging from it. And the way we are, I don't know what will happen. Now the Kundalini moves like this, say, for example, from the heart, it starts, goes up like that. This is the 3.5 coil. Now, if you can make a spiral and cut it half, 3.5, you get 7 points. 3.5, you take a spiral from the heart, it moves. 1, 2, 3, and the half that ends up at Muladhara. Now you cut it half. You get 7 points. Do you follow the point? And that's how one after another These chakras are there within ourselves. So the Kundalini itself, represented on the Mother Earth, and which is readjusted now, adjusts itself within ourselves in such a manner that it creates this pinda, this body, in its own form, but is still residual because it has not acted, it has not awakened. So it is still residual, but that 7 chakras are such created by the same Kundalini as I told you. But once upon a time, the earth was placed that way and made like that. But then it changed. And you cannot explain it without showing you a proper mark. That you might say that, Mother, how is it that the Australia is there and India is here and this and that. But if you see a spiral going into like that, then it sprouts up. Its own personality comes up at a point which looks odd, but it is in the spiral way, placed in this. Even this world is moving in a spiral. This universe is moving in a spiral. There's an ascent. That's how it is achieved, through an ascent. If it was just moving round and round, this earth, it would not have evolved. To go up goes round, but it is ascending. And I'm sure science will find it out very soon, that the whole universe is moving in a spiral way. I don't know how far is science gone to find out what. Is there already findings like that?
They found 11 dimensions now.
Huh?
They found 11 dimensions now.
11?
Dimensions. But you say there are 64.
It's unlimited. It's unlimited. I'm talking of unlimited. Now, there's one question I'll ask. Supposing they say, what is unlimited and limited? How will you explain? I mean, supposing I'm not a Sahaja Yogi. I'm quite a clever person and ask you a question. There are PhDs and MDs, let's answer. Some answer.
Mother, the unlimited is the mother.
Huh?
The unlimited is the mother.
No, but that is your statement.
Mother, the unlimited you can only do with your head. But the limited you can do with your head, but the unlimited is with the vibrations.
No, but how is it? In this world there is something unlimited or not? I mean, the concept of unlimited must have come from somewhere. Who's that? You have to say something concrete.
The unlimited is the comprehension that God is unlimited beyond the needs of men.
What's they
We
say?
have needs subservient to God.
Can't hear you. Okay, what is saying, Naveen?
Saying that God is the unlimited mother.
No, but that's your statement. They don't believe in God, supposing. See, mostly they don't believe in anything. Then what will you say? If you say God is unlimited, we don't believe in God. Alright. Then this is your statement, I am not saying. Say something that you have seen unlimited in this world, not me, apart from me. Because you are Sahaja Yogis. Let's see.
Mother, on the gross level, the energy within the human body is a closed system, which can be exhausted, as we know through the play of right and left. Connection with
No, but that's what you say. because you have reached your certain thing. But those who are on the gross, can you tell them any example of unlimited? No, you can't say universe is. They have not seen it. Something that you can see with your eyes.
Light. Light is not an entropic system.
That's another. No. It has to be very gross example. It has to be for gross people. Now let's see.
Blue sky.
No.
Usually we say the sand on the shore.
Huh?
Grains of sand on the shore.
No. It is limited. It is at a point limited. Something that is really unlimited you can see.
Infinity. No, infinity.
How? You talk. Now I'll tell you. Absolutely gross.
The nourishment of Mother Earth.
What's she saying?
The nourishment of Mother Earth, always living.
What is she saying?
The nourishment of Mother Earth.
No. You see, something, it is conceptual. Not conceptual actually. I'll show you. You can see unlimited. Not me, alright? It's very simple. Put two mirrors in front of each other and put one thing in between. You see unlimited images. One divided by 3 is unlimited. Adi Shakti divided by 3 becomes unlimited. So many things, absolutely gross, you can show them. This is unlimited. So now, there are two mirrors. One is God and His power. And the image in between is the universe. So you get unlimited universes. Then you have God and His power. You get any deity in between, you get unlimited deity in you all. It's a very simple thing you can show. At a very gross level, you can tell them there is something like unlimited. Alright? It's alright for physics people, am I alright? Like that. So such questions if they ask, you have to be prepared for that. You must think about it. Sometimes you may not answer. Doesn't matter. Think it about. Find out. What does that mean? But the thing is that you must use the Mahamaya power, which you have seen clearly to them by showing my photographs. Now how do you explain this? By showing them what happened in Bedford, or telling them what happened in so many cases, where suddenly you got this and this happened and that happened. How do you explain? That will stupefy their brain much more. I think my time is over now. You get to take over. Now what time you are having lunch? That's why I said no puja in the morning. Now you know why? But Gavin is the person who listens to me. That's a good thing. I mean, those who listen to me, it's easier to deal with them. But those who don't listen to you, it's very difficult. First you have to convince them on a gross level every time. So don't decide for yourself. Let me decide. Whatever I decide for you is for your good. May God bless. So I can go now. You can have your seminar and discussions and whatever you want to have on these 2 points especially, because one thing is you must find out for those who want to go, how you will do it. All of you should take a very active interest and tell them what you can do about it. Also, I think it will be a good idea to tell them in short what we have decided in the trustees meetings. Whatever we have decided about, we should tell them about it. How are you doing there? Well, in this college?
I hope so, Mother, with your blessings.
Huh?
With your blessings.
Working out well?
Might work with your blessings.
Good. I've told CP about it. All right?
Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi ki